All over social media, I see the persecution fallacy, but perhaps the place I see it most applied is religion. The persecution fallacy is simple. It goes like this. A person will say, I believe that the earth is flat, and everybody else will say, well, what are you, stupid? No, of course the earth isn't flat. And in response, the person will see this as confirmation of their belief. The persecution fallacy, simply put, is reasoning that people only persecute others to prevent the truth. And so if someone is being persecuted, that is an indication they are right. The definition of persecution here in America is rather flimsy because, of course, we have the freedom of belief. And so persecution isn't really legal. So when people say persecution, what they really mean is just someone being rude to them. You should see immediately why this argument is flawed. Perhaps no group is persecuted more in the West than racists, but we would never argue that these people are correct or that we are preventing the truth. Despite this, theists love to use this to prove their religion true. I want to look at a video by Elichu, where this incredibly convoluted logic is applied.
There are multiple religions and only one of them is true, not only because of the amount of evidence it has, but because Satan would only attack the truth, so more people would stray away from God. This is Christianity.
Did you see what he just did? Not only was a persecution fallacy used, but he also used circular reasoning. Let me explain. First, he says that Satan would attack whatever religion is true. He then says Christianity is attacked. QED, Christianity is true. Great argument, right? Well, no, because his argument relies on the existence of Satan, who only exists if Christianity is true. So really, he starts with the presumption that Christianity is true, and then concludes Christianity is true. A circular argument. On top of this, his argument doesn't really make any sense. He seems to be saying that Christianity is the only religion that is persecuted, which we all know is untrue. In fact, I would go further by saying Hinduism and Islam are far more persecuted on a global scale than Christianity. And the largest ethno-religious persecution of all time, the Holocaust, was not done on Christians, but funnily enough, by Christians. Now, I know that's reductionist to say, but if you look at the history of anti-Semitism, it's almost primarily caused by Christianity, especially Christian leaders like Martin Luther in his book On the Jews and Their Lies. None of this really matters, however, because even if Christianity was the most persecuted religion, it still doesn't make it true. Arguments that use persecution fallacy are extremely appealing because they play on our desire to have the pain we feel be purposeful. But the truth is, we aren't persecuted because it's true. We're persecuted because humans are inherently tribalistic and will always try to silence those who dissent from their beliefs. I have a ton of videos I've been wanting to make for a while now, but because of school and work, I've been too busy to make them. And so I'm hoping these videos where I would just record myself talking and animate some bits of it will save me a lot of time, which will allow me to produce more videos for you guys. But I'm going to look at the retention graph, and if it drops like a ton, then I'm never going to do this again.